Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Joining us now, fought to a majority draw Saturday night. It doesn't look like he's too pleased with that. And there are a lot of people on social media that actually thought he won that fight. Joining us, Lamont Roach Jr. Lamont, how you doing, bro?
What's up, man? I'm good, man. Thanks for having me. I feel real good.
No, thanks for joining us. Take us through Saturday night. You go into that fight, you move up 5 pounds, you're 135 and you move up. And you're feeling, everybody's like, man, he got no chance. Tank told you a couple of days earlier, you're not going the distance. Y'all shake, for a little 250, whatever the case may be. You go into that fight, you know Tank's a slow starter, builds up as the fight progresses, know he's trying to land, hook to the body, come up top with it. What was your process? What were you going into that fight? How did you want to fight? And did the fight turn out the way you thought it would?
Well, honestly, yeah, the fight went exactly how we planned it to go, honestly. We're familiar with him. We've been familiar with him. We just knew it was a matter of time for everything to fall into play. And back to the whole everybody not giving me a shot, saying I'm gonna get knocked out and all this and all that. I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I could do. Like they just in a nutshell, they had me totally messed up. And
Right.
especially when he bet me saying he was gonna stop me. What do? I told him himself. I said, "You tripping?" I said, "I don't know what got into your head these last couple minutes, few days, whatever the case. You tripping? You know you're not gonna do that. Dude. I don't even know why." I told him. I said, "I know you're not gonna do that. Cut it out."
Yeah. Hey, listen, when you talk about you're very familiar with him, and I understand you and your team, you went into the fight with a game plan. Is the familiarity the fact that you guys probably trained together in the past, or you've been in camp together in the past, you sparred together? Is that why you were so familiar in whatever game plan your team did have and were able to execute? Is that why it went so well?
Yeah, it's one of the many reasons why it went so well. Even though we were kids, some of them traits, characteristics, and just ways of a man grew with him.
Yeah.
So some of the dirty tactics, I knew that he'll, revert to that when that pressure built up. When somebody that was
Yes,
there
sir.
that wasn't scared of him, when somebody was there that was there to return fire. And you know what I'm saying? He ain't been in the ring in his professional career. He hasn't been in the ring with something like that or something like the caliber of what I got.
Right. So what I thought, obviously, watching the fight, and when I look at all his Tank fights, most of the time, obviously, he starts slow. And then round 5, 6, he starts to pick it up a little bit. And by the time, as he's picking it up, normally his opponent is deteriorating. The condition ain't where it's supposed to be. But I'm looking at you. They get to round 6 and 7, and he coming forward, and you not even moving. So at that point, y'all mid-range, you sitting in the pocket, and most of the time, when he hits somebody, they retreat. But you took one to give one. I'm like, what he boy going at it? I'm like, so did the power not affect you in any way where you didn't really care? Where you just sat in the pocket with him in exchange? Because most of the time, you got to be cautious.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You got to be cautious because when throwing punches, you got a chance to get hit, when you letting go. Did you not care at all, or did you feel his power early and really wasn't worried about it?
So it wasn't that I wasn't caring. I was cautious, like you said. I was cautious, but the defense is there, and the confidence was through the roof.
Right.
And I got a chin. We keep a spade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I see why he knocked people out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the power is overrated, but I've been in there with guys who can punch. Guys who can punch. So it's like it's nothing. It was nothing new to me. I've been in there with middleweight champions. I've been in there with junior middleweight champions. As they were champion in their prime and stuff like that. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was confident in what I could do defensively, and if I get hit, I know I was gonna give it right back.
Right.
This episode of Nightcap is brought to you by Cologuard, a non-invasive colon cancer screening test. Did you know colon cancer is considered one of the most preventable yet least prevented cancers? When caught in the early stages, colon cancer has a survival rate of 90%. So screening and early detections are key to reducing overall colon cancer deaths. That's why the American Cancer Society recommends that if you're at average risk, you begin screening for colon cancer at age 45. And a convenient way to do that is with Cologuard test. The Cologuard test allows you to be in control of your colon cancer screening through prescription-based tests delivered to your door with none of the prep that's required for a colonoscopy. No liquid prep, no days off, no invasive procedures. Plus, Cologuard test is affordable. Most insured patients pay $0, and a follow-up colonoscopy is needed after a positive Cologuard test. This is usually covered by insurance also. So if you're 45 years of older and at average risk, you can ask your healthcare provider about screening for colon cancer with the Cologuard test. You can also request a Cologuard prescription today at Cologuard.com/podcast. The Cologuard test is intended to screen adults 45 and older at average risk for colorectal cancer. Do not use Cologuard test if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease, and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colorectal cancer. The Cologuard test is not a replacement for colonoscopies. High-risk patients' Cologuard test in adults 45 to 49 is estimated based on a large clinical study of patients 50 and older. False positives and false negatives can occur. Cologuard is available by prescription only.
So listen, in the 9th round, I'm sorry, Unc. I get excited about boxing. I don't mean to take over. Listen, hey, young boy, in the 9th round, Gervonta took a knee. Obviously, there's some controversy behind that. It wasn't ruled a knockdown by the referee. I've never seen that ever in my years of watching boxing, enjoying the sport of combat sports in general. Did that moment impact your strategy for the remainder of the fight?
I'm gonna say no, and let me tell you why. The simple fact that he took the knee is it was really a boost, because it's like, all right, what we doing is working. We know that he looking for something. It should have been a knockdown, one. So that's why I'm yelling at the referee, like, keep counting, like, you tripping, keep counting. That's a knockdown. Because if y'all didn't notice, he started the count. He started the count.
He did.
Cut it.
And then he stopped?
Yes, he stopped.
Okay.
So when he resumed the action, I'm like, what you doing? Keep counting. Like, you can't do that. Right. So, and then it wasn't even registering or processing through my mind the other rules, to the simple fact that he could have got disqualified for having his corner come up to the ring and assist him during the round. Or
you can't come to the mat.
Do that. Or he can't turn his back on during the fight. That's cause for that's the wave it all. He took a knee and then turned around and went to the corner. A ref will usually stop the fight.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm watching you. A lot of times when people hit Tank, like Ocho was saying, they retreat. But it seemed like you had a strategy. Like, if he hit me, I'm gonna hit his ass back just as hard as many times as he hit me. And I don't think he expected you to return the kind of fire that you returned, because you wobbled him a couple of times. And I'm not so sure that I've seen Tank wobble like when you caught him a couple of times and you was getting through the guard. I mean, hey, normally a southpaw fighter, that lead right is a home run right down Broad Street. And you kept touching him with it.
For sure. It was one of the many things that we trained for. Obviously, he happy-go-lucky with his left. And it been working for his whole career. He been knocking these dudes out. So, we've been training. We've been sitting on the left, being able to working on countering, working on, being able to block and come back. And we had some pretty fast guys, and then we had some pretty strong guys that I had to, switch rounds with every sparring session. So, we was ready. We was prepared. And like you said, them dudes wasn't really cracking him back, and I was really throwing that fire at him, and the accuracy was really probably pissed him off too. And the fact that I was busy, it's like, all right, this ain't stopping.
Yeah, I thought you did an unbelievable job of keeping the pace up. Like Ocho said, he's a guy that likes to start slow, so he has some energy reserved. So when he comes out from 5 through 12, he's like, I got a lot left. I know, hey, I ain't really spent no gas. I just been coasting. I've been on electric mode. Now I got this fire, I got this gas in the tank. I'm finna unleash. But you met fire with fire. I've heard Floyd say that, like, when he went into a fight, he never watched tape on the guy that he was fighting. He left that up to his corner to watch the fight and then tell him instructions. He would take all that information, and then once he got into the ring, blah, blah, blah. Do you watch fight? When you going against a fighter, do you watch them, or you leave that up to your corner to watch and then give you an instruction of what you should do?
I don't watch them a lot. I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like I really like boxing. And he's just somebody to watch. He's a spectacle. He's a knockout artist, skilled guy, like one of the better pound for pound fighters. I like watching good fights. So I do know some of his tendencies, but to study him, not really. I left it up to my dad. But one day in camp, we did sit down and watch a few of his fights back to back.
Okay.
Hey, listen, Tank has publicly expressed interest, obviously, in a rematch. You want a rematch as well. Are you open to immediate rematch, or do you have you don't need a tune-up, but do you have a tune-up fight just to keep yourself going, or do y'all run it right back?
Immediate. And just to let y'all know, like in my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight, just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw. So they put that clause in there. They put a rematch clause in there. So I already signed the rematch clause.
Okay. So when you got a rematch clause, how long we taking? How long is the break before you start training again? Is it 6 months from now?
It's up to the A side. How's that work? It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's going to be soon. But I'm hoping it's going to be soon. Let's say that.
I mean, I'm saying from a boxing standpoint, as a boxer, what is soon to you? I mean, when you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month. I know that's
I'm thinking July. I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July.
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking July. I'm thinking July for sure.
Okay.
But if I'm not mistaken, Lamont, I think I read something that he reached out to Lomachenko's side and see if they were interested. Did you read that also? Did you see that?
But you can't believe everything you see. And if it is true, then that'd be funny. But I'm pretty sure the rematch happens, and I'm pretty sure that's the next fight for both of us.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this: would you be interested? Go ahead. Would you be interested in fighting Lomo or Teofimo Lopez?
Of course.
Or me?
Hold up, Chad. Hold up, Chad. How much?
Hey, put pause on it, Lamont. Put pause on it.
Hey, Chad. I don't know if you seen me fight Saturday. I really do this. Yeah.
Hey, I was there. I was there. I've been studying you for years. You hear me?
Okay.
I can listen. I don't have the time, but I can tell you your tendencies right now, round 1 through 7.
Okay.
So if we was to get in there and spar right now, I could tell you what you're gonna do by looking at your feet. When you got your hand down by your hip, and you step forward, you gonna faint. You know what? I ain't need no more keys. But listen, I've been studying you. I know you. So if you want to spar at any point, if you get ready for the next fight,
right? I think I seen you work. You're southpaw, right?
Yeah. I got hands. I'm like,
he ain't got no power though.
He ain't got no power.
Huh? And he got pillows. He got pillars at the end of his arm. He ain't got no power, Lamont.
Hey, Lamont, listen. They
throwing number cake blows.
Nah. Ain't no. Hey, Lamont, they where I'm from, they call me hella hands. Yeah, they call me hella hands. But listen, reflecting on your performance, right? In that fight, bro, your game plan was phenomenal. Everything you did, you executed from round 1 all the way to 12. After you have a fight like that and you put on a show like that, what aspects? I mean, like, how do you improve off of that? Because if you were to grade your performance that night, you get an A+.
Yeah.
So what do you go back and work on after putting on a goddamn show like that?
Man, just going on. See, my thing is I always want to get better all the time. No matter if I do have a good performance or not. I just go back and I watch the tape and see what he do. Obviously, if whatever he come with the next one, that we just gotta still capitalize. We're gonna add to what works. Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we're gonna add to it. We're gonna build. might try to, pick it up so we can see if we can get that stoppage or not. You know what I'm saying? You never know. That's how you capitalize.
Hey,
That's how you capitalize.
Yeah. Boy, your condition was on point, boy.
Old school
It was
fighter,
on point.
man. 15-round fighter over here, man.
For real?
Yeah, for sure. I was in camp
But
sparring
Lamont,
13, 14 rounds.
Wait, with time or no time?
No, with time, for sure. With time.
Okay. Because I did 22 rounds, no clock.
Wow. Chad, we're gonna get you in camp. Maybe you can get me ready for the rematch.
Matter of fact, bring me to camp. I ain't even gonna charge you. I ain't gonna charge you. I give you 4 rounds. I let somebody else go 4, and I come back for another 4.
Exchange, no robbery. I like that.
All right, bet.
Man, Lamont, will you put a pause on this man?
You.
Don't beat him up too bad because I need him. I need it for the nightcap. So I don't want him to come back talking about slurring. I don't want him to come back talking like
he's gonna be all right. I think he'll be all right.
Don't just give him body blows. Don't hit him on his head. Just give him body blows.
I'm good. My defense is my offense. I ain't gonna get hit.
Lamont, it's a lot of times when guys win and they get a rematch, they're like, well, I don't have anything to improve upon, and they run into a problem. Because you had a draw, can you go back and say, you know what? In this situation here, I should have did this instead of that, and I might have been able to land something. Is that how you go back and approach the fight because you didn't get the win? And so you're like, well, I didn't get the win. I didn't lose technically, but I didn't win either. And I think as a fighter, draws and ties, that ain't what we do it for. We want to win. We want to be on the top spot. And because you didn't land on the top spot, you feel that, you know what, go back and watch this fight through 12 rounds. Maybe if I pick it up through the first 3 or 4 rounds, maybe that's a round or 2 that I win, and we don't even have this discussion at the end because it looked like they gave you round 12. Had you not won round 12, he would have won the fight.
Which is sad, honestly. So to me, I thought I won the fight clearly. I thought I won a close fight. I thought I won a very competitive fight.
Okay.
I'm not saying I steamrolled him or whatever, but to me, I think I won the fight. Now, granted, 9th round should have been called a knockdown. 2 judges on the official scorecards gave him the round 10-9. If that was a knockdown, I win the round 10-8. That's a 3-point swing. I will win a unanimous decision. So you got to take all of that into account. It's 3 things that could have happened in that 9th round alone with that knee. It could have been a 10-8 round, scored a knockdown. It could have been a disqualification. Or I could have won by TKO. So honestly, when you look at that and you say, I got a draw against the #1 spectacle in America, a pound-for-pound talent, and a guy with a 90% knockout ratio, you look at it and like, okay, if you got a draw, more than likely you were supposed to win that night. So even though I didn't get to win, I'm not a moral victory guy. I'm pissed that I didn't win, honestly.
Right, exactly.
I'm pissed that I didn't win. But I really think that I should have. A lot of people think that I should have. And the rematch is just going to make it worse for him because I got to rev it up. Like you said, I got to do something. I got to do something. I got to pick it up somewhere to turn this around and make it a victory for me.
Lamont, you're moving up from super featherweight to lightweight. Were you afraid that moving up might rob you of some of the power? Because that's, normally guys that move up, they lose some of the sting. Were you concerned about that? Are you going to stay? Are you going to stay at super feather? Or are you looking to move up to maybe go to 135, 140, even higher?
Nah, one thing that 135 gave me is a lot more sting. I ain't gonna lie, it was 5 less pounds I had to lose. So, I felt.
So what do you normally walk around at, Lamont?
Normally, I want to say 50, 55? Especially if I'm in the gym. No, I walk around like 150. Somewhere around 150, 149 on a good day. If I'm on vacation, I don't get no higher than 55. So.
Okay. So I think that works. I think that's one of the things that helped Floyd Mayweather because Floyd is not a naturally big man. So it was easy for him to stay at 147 because Floyd only walking around at like 155 to begin with. Sure. So he go for 6-8 weeks. He lose 5 pounds. That's his sweet spot.
For sure.
And that's another thing with you. It's not like you're walking around 165,
I can't
160, 165, and you got to strip down 35, 30 pounds. You only having to come down 10, maybe even 15 pounds at a max.
Right. Yeah.
So that's a lot. That's not that drastic where you see these guys have to go through this massive dehydration in order to make weight, because you keep doing that, fluctuating your body, man. It takes something out of you, man.
It definitely takes a toll on you for sure.
Hey, listen, after a fight like this, how much time do y'all take off? Like, I mean, before you get back in and gradually just start building yourself back, not only in the shape, but just making sure you don't lose that rhythm and consistency.
It's tough, man, especially how boxing is today. That's more so like a personal. So me personally, I don't like being out the gym too long. I get cussed out by my doctor because he tell me to take a break. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And I understand because your body do need to heal, rest. I've been through an 8-week training camp and then went through a hard 12-round fight. So got to get your body together. Take some time off, because when you peak and you peak at the right time, and I think I peaked at the perfect time Saturday night.
Right.
It's it depletes you. So I get a little rest. Probably like 2 weeks. Then I want to be back in the gym. One, because I probably get too heavy and I'm like, I don't feel right.
Right. You don't feel right. Yeah.
I be bored. I normally be in the gym. So that's how I go.
Wait, where you live at? What state?
I live in DC.
Okay. I'm make a little trip down there, man. Whenever you get back in the gym and you want to start sparring, I'm gonna come down there. And I got a little.
I'm a bad man, Chad. I don't know.
I know. I'm a bad man too. That's what my teacher called me when I was in high school. But listen, I got a little bet for you, right? We're gonna do 8 rounds, right?
We're gonna do 8 rounds.
We're gonna do 8. Yeah. If you can beat me at least 4 rounds. Now, LeBron James, he just scored 50,000 points, right? He sent me the ball. If you could beat me, if you could win more rounds than me, I send you this ball he gave me to put up.
My dad right now. We can set that
milestone.
Up. We're gonna set that up for sure.
You gonna take that ball above him?
That's gonna
get that ball above him.
Okay.
Right in the trophy case. Right on top of the belt.
Okay. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make it easy for you. I'm only using my jab hand.
Oh man, you giving it away.
Nah, I mean, listen, I can take what I'm doing and still win. Man. That's what I do. I told you they call me hella hands.
You giving the prize away. LeBron ain't gonna like that.
Oh nah, you ain't gonna get that. You think I'm gonna lose to you and lose that ball?
Sure. For sure.
Devil is alive.
Hey, let me ask you this, Lamont. After the Tank fight, who would you like to fight after Tank? Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay? If you rematch, you beat Tank at 135. Are you gonna stay at 135 or slide back down to 130 or go up even to 140?
It depends on what's available. If the champions at 35 are available, I want to fight them. I want to unify, obviously. That's good for my career. That's like legacy fights, and on top of that, they big money fights.
Money.
If they're not available, I would go definitely defend my title at 30 and probably try to unify there, because I can make 30 comfortably, and and I feel like I run that division. Like I probably can even go undisputed if they let me.
That's loud.
Because I'm like, Lamont, being a student of the game, I know you heard your dad, you weren't around there, but I know your dad has told you, or whomever in your corner, about the 4 kings. Hearns, Hagler, Duran, Leonard, and how they fought each other. And all the top contenders in that, they fought them. You go back to the 70s, you look at the heavyweights, they fought. Norton fought Ali, he fought Frazier, he fought Shavers, he fought Ali. Nobody ducked. Why is it now, Lamont, that we have guys and they want to cherry pick and don't want to take? It seemed like, and I love Floyd, but Floyd that 50-0, because nobody wants to take an ass whipping now, because now they feel like my legacy is ruined. I lost the fight. Some of the great fighters, we don't look at Ali because he lost 3 or 4 times. Even when he looked bad fighting Trevor Burbick or Larry Holmes, we don't hold that against him. We don't hold it against Leonard. We don't hold it against Hagler. We don't hold it against Hearns. We don't hold it against nobody. I don't know, and I hate that. I love Floyd, and I'm glad he's undefeated, but everybody thinks now if I be undefeated, I'm gonna be revered like Floyd, and it's not gonna happen.
It ain't. Floyd is one of a kind fighter, man. In the caliber of
He
his
is.
own. Even if a lot of people do go undefeated and retire undefeated, it's not going to be the same. And it's not going to be the same because Floyd put in his work. Floyd fought them guys when he was able to. And stuff
He
like
fought
that.
everybody.
He fought them guys. And he earned the right to fight who he wanted to, when he wanted to, whatever the case may be. That's just a once in a lifetime fighter. I don't know why the guys are not. Well, maybe I do. I'm gonna give you a little scoop. These guys are worried about the money that they can make if they
told you
if they still have a O on their record. They think that a blemish would knock down the value of their whatever they have in their contract or whatever they have presented to them, which is, crazy to me. I think if you put on a good enough fight, no matter if you win or lose, the performance is what matters. It's really what matters. So people gonna pay to see you fight. If you fight the good fights, that's what
they're gonna pay to see it.
They're gonna pay to see it. That's why pay-per-view numbers used to be so high, because people are gonna pay. They want to see certain fights. They want to see them fights.
Mm-hmm. Look at Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti.
Ooh,
that was jam-packed. Loss didn't matter. People still pay big money to see that because they know they were gonna get action.
Yeah.
But now, Lamont, guys like, you know what? Yeah, if I fought Lamont, I can make 15 mil. But if I fight this guy that I know I can whip, I can make 10. So why take the chance for an extra 5 when I can get this can over here and I can whip him for 10? So I just get me I get me 5 or 10. I get me 5 or 10 of these $10 million fight. Why would I need to take a risk for 2 of those big fights? I ain't gonna do that.
But then, Unc, you got to think about that. Lamont, I told Unc the other night, we talked about this too, right? Not only do certain people not want to take risks, but you want to build it up until you get to the really, really good fight. So if you got, like you talk about the four kings back in the day, right? And today's, if you got the best boxers, right? And if all the best boxers fight each other right now and not have fight after fight after fight and actually build it so people want to actually want to watch and you can maximize your pay, that's a little different. Think about how long before Earl and Bud actually fought.
Yeah.
Look how long it took. Look how many fights they had because there was a build up to it. So from that standpoint, I kind of get it and understand. You want to maximize your pay. You also, nobody wants to lose, but at some point they ain't gonna have no choice but to fight each other.
But Ocho, you got to understand.
The timing got to be right.
But think about it, and Lamont, you know this. Sugar Ray went to 160 to fight Hagler.
He definitely did.
Hearns went up.
He definitely did.
He didn't come down. They went to him.
They did, because they started off
about guys
as
that's very similar, 130, 135. They went up 2. Sugar Ray was 147, went to 160. Hagler, Hearns was 147, went to 160.
He definitely right about that.
That's middleweight.
And Ray and Duran started at 35. So.
But Duran, he was that small?
Yeah. One of the best lightweights to ever do it.
Yeah.
Horse hands.
A lot of those guys started. Yes, a lot of those guys started there. Ocho, 30, 35. Floyd, 30, 35, 40, 47, and De La Hoya at 54. Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of them guys. Yeah, and had Pacquiao's an anomaly. Pacquiao started at like 106, 112, and went and blew through everything.
8 division champion, and still knocking them out.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that. Even when you look at Armstrong, you look at all those guys. Nobody's doing this again. Nobody's gonna do that.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, you'd have to start at like 140 and go to heavyweight to try to clean out everything. And that ain't not happening
at all.
I mean, Roy was an anomaly. Because Roy went from 60, 68, said it.
10 years straight. Middleweight, heavyweight.
Roy was. If Roy had Roy just stayed there and not stripped the muscle that he put on to go to heavy, because I think that took a lot out of him. That took too much out of him. He probably should have stayed. He probably should have never come back down or just took his time. But Roy won the title, couldn't get nobody else to fight, gave the title up and came back down. And he wasn't the same after Tarver beat him that one time. He was never the same because he started getting beat by fighters that Roy would have mopped the floor inside of 5 rounds with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's next, Tank? I mean, excuse me. What's next, Lamont? What's
Tank.
next after this Tank fight? You say you want to fight whoever the big money fight is. Lomo, Teofimo, Haney, Garcia, whoever.
The champs at 135 right now are Shakur, Keyshawn Davis, and Lomachenko.
Yep.
So
okay.
That's who we're gonna be looking at after, you know what I'm saying, after I beat Tank. After I beat Tank in the rematch. If them guys ain't available, then we gonna go to 30 and defend my 130-pound championship.
So listen, out of those 3 you just named, who would you prefer to fight first? If you can't get all 3, if you had a preference.
If I had a preference, I don't really got a preference. I would put a blindfold on and pick whichever one. It don't matter.
That's what I'm talking. Why are you talking?
Whoever want this ass, hey, tell Lamont. Whoever want this ass whipping. That's who I want. Who want this ass whipping?
Sure.
Hey, as a matter of fact, I tell you what, Lomo, you gonna get it first. So you gonna get it after I get Tank. When I get Tank, I'm gonna get you at the first of the year. Hey, Shakur, I'm gonna come see you in July. At Keyshawn Davis. Hey, at the end of the year or 27, I got your ass whipping too.
It sound good to me. You hear me? Sound real good.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Congratulations. Great fight.
Thank you.
It wasn't the outcome that you had hoped for because you trained for 8 weeks, had a great camp, and you put the time in to win. It didn't go his way, but who knows what's going to happen July, August, when the next fight come around. Wish you the best. And guess what? Come back and join us again when the fight happens, and we'll see what happens after that, Lamont. Appreciate it.
We'll do. Thank you, man. I appreciate both of y'all.
All right,
man.
bro. I'm gonna see you in DC.
No doubt. Yeah, get my contact. We bring you out for sure.
All right, man.
Just body, because he need to talk. So don't hit him in the jaw.
You know?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Yeah. Make it like, that's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to hit with him.
Yeah, I got it. I'm make sure I record it too. We have it on the Nightcap.
That's what I need you to do. Record it.
All right.
All right, man.
Appreciate that, Lamont. Have a good one, bro.
Thank y'all, man.